All right, let's get over to the San Francisco 49ers, man. We interviewed this guy. We met this guy. We shook this guy's hand. You know, Florida, great when he was healthy. Obviously had multiple quarterbacks. But Ricky Pearsall is listed as wide receiver number 1 in regards to a couple of reports out there. Or that he's getting the reps at the number 1 spot. Now, as you guys know, the football guys, you either are an X or a Z receiver. I believe he's probably going to be playing the Z more than the X, and I think the X is probably going to be Jauan Jennings, to be completely honest with you. But, man, the depth chart has him listed as the number 1. The reports have come out and said he's preparing himself like he's the number 1. The San Francisco 49ers are looking at him to be the number 1, right? Let's look at his stats from last year. He missed 6 games. Obviously, we knew what that was for. Many men. It's kind of crazy that he got shot and Brian Robinson got shot, and both of them were on the same team playing in the same offense. I digress. 46 targets, 31 receptions, 400 yards, 12.9 yards per catch, 3 touchdowns, 3 carries, and 45 yards. Keep that in mind. Circle that little last part, that little carries part here for a second, and stay with me. He's looking to build off that second half of the season that he was having. Got way more targets than he did when he got there. Of course, you don't try to throw a guy that's, obviously didn't get any NFL reps during that time, missed 6 games. You want to kind of just marinate him, right? But he looked more comfortable, and as those guys started getting injured down the ropes, he started to cook. He started to get more targets. He started to, if you watched it on film those last couple of games, he was breaking away from people in all regards. He did the same thing at Florida. Go back before previous to Florida, he was at Arizona State. How many of y'all know that? Trivia time for my true football, my 1%ers out there. He will be, and this is just a prediction, he's going to be in a Deebo Samuel type of role to me. I told y'all to circle that little last part right there, right? Look right there at the bottom. 3 carries for 45 yards. Y'all remember they paid Deebo Samuel the all-time contract, and I told y'all, not so fast. I don't think that was worth it. And didn't look like it was worth it because he's on the Commanders now. But anyways, I think they may kind of use him in a Deebo Samuel type role where he's going to be taking some of those carries. Hey, Kyle Shanahan tried it before. Why wouldn't he try it again? The most important thing about Ricky Pearsall, he's had these nagging injuries, these hammy injuries. Obviously, getting shot is way beyond his control, but he's kind of suffered through these even in college, right? So you hope that this year he stays healthy because he's got all the talent in the world. And if you've been following this channel for a while, you know the type of talent that we talked about Ricky Pearsall having. The talent is crazy. It jumps off the charts, right? Last year, go watch the game against Detroit and Tampa Bay. He made both of them look silly. He made both of those teams look silly. You hear me? Just go back and watch those games and tell me that Ricky Pearsall shouldn't be the number 1 receiver on the depth chart. And he's going to be asked to do a lot with all those wide receivers. They're not going to be able to be there because of injury and all kinds of other things. Him and George Kittle are going to be asked to do a lot. Christian McCaffrey is going to be asked to do a lot in the pass game. Those might be Brock Purdy's best 3 receivers, to be completely honest with you. And you hope some of those guys, those other guys on the roster, the Brian Robinsons of the world, and Isaac Guerrero, and I believe Jalen Coker's out there. You hopefully those guys show up and show out and help this offense out. But circle the wagons, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky Pearsall has arrived. And the most important thing I think out of this, now that they've kind of given you an inclination of not only the work that he's put in. First of all, you get rewarded for the work that you put in, right? and the work that you put in, most importantly, with Brock Purdy to make him feel comfortable, because you're going to be getting some targets. And we saw it last year. You can't get hurt early. You can't. Because if Ricky Pearsall gets hurt early, it puts pressure on everybody else. And look, I'm high on this team this year. And Ricky Pearsall is a big reason why. And I think a healthy Ricky Pearsall makes the 49ers incredibly dangerous. But if he gets hurt early in the season, with a lot of all those lingering injuries for the 49ers, it's going to spell trouble for the 49ers, ladies and gentlemen. You can't expect a quarterback like Brock Purdy to throw to the scout team. And people say, people are going to come out and say, oh, he sucks. Sometimes your key players got to stay healthy too. So hopefully he doesn't get hurt early. Hopefully he comes out and has a really good season for the 49ers. But he is the key to victory for me for the rest of their season. It's not Christian McCaffrey. I think the most important player on this offense, not named George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, or Brock Purdy, or any of those offensive linemen, or Kyle Juszczyk, is Ricky Pearsall, ladies and gentlemen.